All right, so today I'm going to show you our cheap and easy DIY composting setup that we have. I tell you what, this setup is sexier than socks on a rooster, so I hope y'all enjoy this. Here we go. So down here in the, side of our yard, you can see the chicken coop is right here. Some of our rabbits are over here, but I've built a little composting setup, and more or less I've got a main pile here that we've been having here forever, and a lot of it's composted up and is usable, but I wanted to get some really good clean compost. So we had all these extra pallets sitting around here. So basically I took the pallets and I lined them down the fence, and I have ours zip tied to the fence, but if you don't have a fence to zip tie them to, you could take some T-post and just more or less drive them straight down into here and make them stand up. So it's another quick, easy way to do it. But this whole setup probably costed me 50 bucks to get it going. I have got a pile started. I've got it moved over. I'll show you that in just a second. But very cool, easy process, very cheap. You can find pallets pretty much anywhere, so that's something I like. So here is the current pile. This pile has been moved one time. And one of the cool things that I did get was this thermometer right here. And as you can see, the pile is sitting on steady, but I really need it a little bit hotter than that, which is more or less telling me it's time to move it. I'll pull this out and show it to you. This is a 20-inch thermometer, so it goes about 20 inches in. But as you can see, it's got three things on it that show steady, active, and hot. You never want your pile to really get above 160, or it's killing the organisms that are breaking down to make compost. So that's why I really like this thing. I'll leave a link to it down below in the description if you're interested, but I think I paid around 20 bucks for this. But so far this has been a really cool tool, has worked really well. And as I was saying, I was in the blue, so I really want to get kind of more up to the active or hot. So I'm going to move this pile over today, and I'll show you how I do that or whatever. But more or less, when you move a pile over, and what I like, this thing has a little sticker on it right here. So I just put the thermometer down in there. That way it's out of the way. So I'm going to take a pitchfork, and what I'm going to do is work this pile from the outside. So I want to try to get all the outside over here first, and then put the inside back to the outside over here. That way it starts breaking down this stuff better, because basically what's going on is everything from the inside is breaking down. So I will get that going, and then I will put the thermometer back in, show you where we go with that. But I just really like this process. I think it's really cool. So I will start shoveling this over and show you what it looks like. And again, all you need is a pitchfork, a shovel, anything to do this, maybe a rake to rake it up and get it where you want it. Like I said, overall, very simple, easy process to get you some good garden compost and to really get your garden to take off. So here we go. I'll start shoveling this over, and I will show you what it looks like when we come back. All right, so what I've done now is I basically took off this top layer and outside layer, more or less the driest part of the compost, and I've now moved it over here, and I've kind of leveled it out for now. So one of the goals you want to keep in mind when you're doing a compost pile, they say you want to try to get it about 3 feet by 3 feet at a minimum. Obviously you can go bigger, but 3 feet by 3 feet they say is about the minimum. I'm pretty close on this pile, but overall it seems to be doing okay. But it being a little bit too small may be why it's not getting too hot. But one of the most important things you got to do is add water. So that's what I'm actually getting ready to do next. So I've got these water jugs down here. One of them here's got holes popped in the top of it. So this was that dry outside layer. So now I'm going to wet it down, because this is going to be my new inside layer. All right. So as I was saying, now I'm going to take this water, because this was the driest outside layer. I'm just going to wet it down pretty decently. Not actually soak it, but just kind of get it good and damp. And more or less that's what this takes is, what I started with was I used, my greens were grass, and my browns were more or less straw. And then also, to kind of accelerate this, I added in some chicken poop and some rabbit poop as well. So now I've got this kind of saturated. If you want to show this right here, I've got this kind of saturated, and now I'm going to keep on going, and I'm going to throw over the rest of this pile on top of it. I'll do another level, and then I will wet it down again. And the more we get down, the more you'll start seeing where this stuff is broke down. As you can see right there, you can already see some good black stuff right there on top of it where it's breaking down pretty good. And what you see me doing is I just keep trying to work the layers down as I go, and then I layer it on top of this. And when I'm done, I'll make all this, I'll form it back into a volcano again. All right, so now I've got another layer on here, so I'm going to go ahead and wet it down again. And basically, you've got to have plenty of water in here to make this process work. So more or less each layer, just kind of come in and saturate it again. And again, you don't want to overdo it, but you just want to make sure everything's pretty decent and wet. So I'm going to shovel over the rest of this pile, and I'll bring you back to show you, because it's the same process as I keep leveling up. But I'll bring you back and show you when I finish up and exactly how we're going to shape this up. All right, so now as you can see, if you walk over here, the pile is completely moved from over here. I always do leave a little bit at the bottom each time I move it back and forth. Just, I don't know why, but I just think it helps it for the next pile. But here is the current pile. I've basically wetted down each layer, and they do recommend turning these about every 3 days if you're trying to really speed up the process. So this is actually the 4th day, but this is the 2nd time I've turned it. But now all I'm going to do is rake this up. They say basically rake it up in like a volcano, and then I'll wet it down one more time, and then we'll put the thermometer back in it. And of course it's going to take it a little while to heat back up, but I'll show you where it's at now, and I'll come back later and show you where it's at. But basically all you're going to do is just rake it up just like this right here. And what you're going for is that height where they say 3 foot high. And again, I think I might be a little bit low, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. It'll still break down, so. So basically, like adding any of these sticks or anything, I'm just going to toss out. And I'm pretty much about back to my volcano stance, as I call it. I do want to get it off the edges over here. And again, I let this go about a day too long on this one, and I noticed that it cooled down a lot. So now I'm just going to set this over here. I'm going to take my thermometer back out. And again, I will add the link down below for this to Amazon, but I think it's costed around 20 bucks. So as you can see right now, it's showing about 80 because that's the air temperature out here. And again, I love the little gauge here that you can read with the steady, active, and hot. I'm really hoping to get up a little bit into the hot this time, but I've been right at it, but not all the way into it. So when you go to put this in, you just kind of go towards the middle of your pile and just cram it in right there. And what you're looking for is the heat in the middle and to see if it's breaking down. So I'm gonna let this pile stay here for a little while. I'll bring you back and show you what the temperature goes up to. But overall, just a very easy compost DIY setup. I like it because it's cheap. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And again, I'll bring you back and show you the different reading on this thermometer. As you can see now, it's cooled down a little bit. I don't know how well that's showing up, but which I anticipated because I added water to it. But anyway, I'll bring you back and show you when it starts to heat up and show you where it gets to. But overall, I just love this little setup, and this is a good free way to get some good compost for your garden. All right, so I wanted to bring you back to talk about the temperature of the compost pile. This is basically about 24 hours later. And I will also share that I did add some alfalfa hay on here. So alfalfa hay is supposed to bring in some more heat. So I added that in. The chickens are telling everybody hello. But I did add in some alfalfa just to see if that would help with the heat. And it looks like it did. So as you can see now, we are running just right at about 120 degrees when we were well below 80 right there. So far this is working out well. This is back in active. I am hoping that it gets closer to that hot. But overall, again, like I say, love this process. Love this whole cheap, easy DIY setup. Anything you can do DIY, I think is a lot better, and you save a ton of money. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, all that good stuff, ring that bell. And leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this setup, or if you got ideas that maybe I can put in here to make this setup better, because I'm always looking for ways to improve it as well. But thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you down the road, and hopefully this compost pile will be ready to add to the garden here pretty soon. Thanks, y'all. Bye.